Alright boys, what's happening? Welcome back to the F1 2021 My Team series here on the channel. Today we have the end of the season, the end of season 1 and the start of season 2. It's technically season 2 episode 1, but we're going to call it season 2 episode 0 or the pre-season episode. There's going to be no race in this video today, but make sure you stick around because as you can see, Callum Ilot's contract has expired. We're going to finish the season today, start the new season, pick our new teammate especially, so make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video to see who our new teammate is. You can see there, obviously just another reminder, Callum Ilot's contract is expired. We have $9.4 million in the bank to go ahead and buy a new teammate. So boys, we did mess up off camera. I checked out a few things to set up for the video. You see there, we click George Russell and it doesn't actually let us approach George Russell to offer George Russell a contract. You see in the bottom right where the buttons are, it doesn't give us the option to press A. And the same with Pierre Gasly. But if we go to someone like Nico Rosberg, you can see it does let us press A to approach. Now, the reason this is, and Lando Norris, you can see we can approach. But boys, if you click a driver and click approach, you don't give them the contract straight away. They have certain requirements. So they could either say you needed to win a race last season, or you need certain facility levels, so George Russell, we clicked George Russell and he said he wanted spec 2 in the chassis department, but we don't have that, we have spec 1. And the same with Gasly. Gasly wanted spec 2 in the aero department, but because we don't have that, we can't even approach them anymore, because obviously we don't meet their requirements. You see there, Seb Vettel, we won an as well. Another guy I checked off camera to see his requirements. We can't get Seb Vettel. So Daniel Ricciardo, again, the man who's just won a race again for the first time since 2018, this weekend just gone, or yesterday by the time you're seeing this video. Jenson Button, another guy who was suggested in the last video in the comments, but you see boys, he wants spec 2 in the chassis and we can't afford that. We can't give him those things, and we can't upgrade the facility by the end of the season in time for the way the contract works. So we're really left with two options here for the drivers. Carlos Sainz, a guy who I mentioned last season in the last few races, we can get Carlos Sainz, but we also can get Nico Rosberg. Now, do we go with the less experienced Carlos Sainz, who we had a little beef with in the last 2 races? If you remember, we had contact in the last 2 races of last season. We're going to approach Nico, the experienced one-time world champion. This guy knows what it takes to win world championships, boys. Nico Rosberg, 86 experience, 89 rethrow overall. We can afford Nico Rosberg. We're going to go ahead and offer Nico Rosberg a contract for $6.1 million. And he's declined it, boys. Nico Rosberg has declined the contract there. And I would have loved to bring this guy on board because, he's a one-time world champion. Obviously, 2016, I believe, he won the world championship over Lewis Hamilton. He knows what it takes to win world championships, experienced driver. We're going to go ahead and approach him again one day later, though. You can just approach the driver the next day. And you see his price has gone up. The middle price now is 6.2 mil. But, boys, we're going to go with the low-risk option here. Play it safe, 6.5 million for Nico Rosberg. And he's accepted the contract, boys. Nico Rosberg is our new teammate for Season 2 of the My Team series. We have signed an icon, a one-time world champion, Nico Rosberg. What a guy. I always mention this guy in our videos, so I'm glad to bring him on board for the next season. Obviously, I took on board everyone's comments from the last video. We had a Pierre Gasly shout, Lando Norris we couldn't get, George Russell, Carlos Sainz we could, but I didn't really want Sainz. I went with the more experienced driver. But you see, boys, we still have 2.9 mil in the bank. We go ahead and buy 2 upgrades here in the personnel department, or maybe just 1 for the time being. No, we get 2 there. I didn't really know how this personnel department worked, so we never upgraded it while we had Callum Ilott, because I thought it was a one-time thing. But we upgrade that twice, and I'll show you later on in the video what that department actually does to our secondary driver. We go ahead and skip that interview there with Will Buxton because it was just pointless. But yeah, man. So I appreciate everyone's engagement on the last video, leaving comments on what driver you wanted to see and stuff. Jenson Button as well was another comment we obviously couldn't get you seen in the video. I was very surprised that Pierre and George didn't want to come to us, especially George being in that Williams car. But obviously, you can see there, we've finished the season now in 7th, and we get our sponsor bonus as well. So we get £22 million to start the next season, and that's after we've just paid 6 mil on Nico Rosberg. Now, boys, setting up the new season, you can see here, you can only choose 20 races in a season, but there's actually 21 races on the game. The Chinese Grand Prix is on the game, which I didn't even know. China was one of my favourite races last year, I can't even lie. I used to love driving this circuit. But we go ahead and take China out and leave it with the regular, the regular calendar. But for the next season after this one, boys, I'm going to take out Monaco and put in China. I'm sorry, yeah, but Monaco, I've recorded the Monaco episode already for this season 2. And it's just not a good race. It's so hard to make the Monaco Grand Prix entertaining for you to watch, because it is so difficult to overtake there. It's pretty much whatever you qualify, you're going to finish the race there, do you know what I mean? Anyway, we need to start the new season now. We need to pick a new sponsor and a new engine. We've, of course, got our teammate, who it now says is 94 rated, Nico Rosberg. You can see there, we signed him. He was 89 rated, so I'll show you why that is in a little while. But we have to pick our new sponsor, which obviously gives us a big signing bonus straight away. We get a big influx of cash. Each one has a goal. You can see the goals at the top. And the goal bonus underneath, and we get a weekly income as well. So it's finding a balance between a high signing bonus, a high weekly income, and a good goal bonus, you know. So the first two there in 100 Constructors Championship points, definitely not going to do that. Finished third in the Constructors Championship, do not think we can do that. I believe we are going to go with 7 right here. Finished 6th or better in the Constructors. We finished 7th last season. 6th is our goal for this season, to finish better than last season. And it would give us 12 mil. It's one of the highest goal bonuses there in the top 5, as you can see. With a solid weekly income as well of 644k. We're just checking out some of the other options there. But we get 5.2 mil as the signing bonus as well. Now for the engine, boys. Now, we did have the Mercedes engine for the last season, which was the most powerful engine. But as you can see, that Ferrari power unit and the Renault power unit have overtook the Mercedes in terms of performance. And the Honda engine, I don't know what's happened to them, 75 performance. So I'm expecting the Red Bull and AlphaTauri to stink this season. So we have a lot of money in the bank right now. Someone did say get the Mercedes engine, but look at that performance. It's only 3 difference, but I go ahead and pick up the Ferrari engine, boys. I think let's switch it up a little. This engine's going to be better. I could have went with the Renault, but the durability was only 95 compared to the 100 durability of the Ferrari. So I thought, you know what? Let's switch it up a little. Let's change something for this next season. Let's go ahead and pick up, that Ferrari power unit, and we'll see in tomorrow's episode, boys. You'll see the first race of the season and our first time on track with the Ferrari power unit, and we'll see if it was a good decision to go with that one, or if we should have just stuck with the Mercedes as we pick up a new sponsor there. If we get a bonus if we finish top 4 in the race. But as you can see here, boys, Nico Rosberg is now 94 rated. He has a +5 on those stats there because of the upgrades we got in the personnel department. We have 25 mil in the bank, so we go ahead and pick up another upgrade in the personnel department. So hopefully we'll go back later to that screen with Nico. Basically, when you look at the driver screen there, it shows his base stats on the left, but then like the personnel department, it gives it a +5 every time you upgrade it, so all the way up to +15. So if his stat is say like 80 pace, and then you get 2 upgrades in the personnel department, it'll say 80 +10, which means he's obviously got 90 pace. Here is the vehicle comparison chart for this new season. McLaren have dropped a lot, as you can see. Ferrari have overtook. Aston Martin have overtook Red Bull there, probably because of how stinky that Honda power unit was that we did mention before. And we have upgraded our facilities to Spec 2 now. So we've unlocked a lot more upgrades in the... every category, really. We've upgraded the facilities, which has allowed us to get a lot more upgrades going. You can see there, we check out the vehicle comparison charts in the individual departments. We still have the best engine on the grid because of the amount of upgrades we did to it last season, even though it isn't a new unit now. So we obviously have those upgrades that we can do on the engine, but you also get supplier upgrades, which comes straight from Ferrari themselves. You see there, boys, we did a driver academy thing, a driver training camp in the activities here, which gives Nico Rosberg +5 in all of his stats and a massive boost in focus. And we also get some resource points from that. You see 500 resource points. So we've spent all of our cash, nearly all of our resource points that we can, in preparation for the new season, in preparation for the Bahrain Grand Prix, the first race of the season, which, like I say, you will see in the next video. We still have the car reveal to come and a lot of things on the calendar here to come. So there is our driver training camp in for Nico Rosberg. So we've obviously got the +5 already from the upgrades in the facilities that we got in the personnel department. But we've also got that driver's training camp there, which gives Nico a +5 to all of his other stats. So we'll see what rating Nico Rosberg comes out as for the first race of the season, boys. But look at this beautiful graphic here. It's the same as last season. We haven't even changed the livery of the car, but it's our car for this season, you know, isn't it a beauty? It's the same as last season. But yeah, so in fact, we don't even have spec 2 yet, and now we have spec 2 in the facilities. So you see, we go ahead and pause it. Now we can go to the resource places and upgrade a lot of things. And I think that the visuals have changed of the facilities now that we've upgraded them to spec 2. I don't know if I'm tripping or not, but that looked like a different wind tunnel in the aero department at the start. I might be tripping, but yeah. So now we can go into the into the aerodynamics and the R&D section. There we go. Fucking the word got out my head there. But yeah, so we can upgrade now. I go ahead and pick up drag reduction. Massive part of just this career mode in general, boys. If you're starting a My Team series, make sure you hammer the drag reduction upgrades, because the car at the start of the career mode is so slow on the straights because of that drag. So make sure you get those drag reduction upgrades in. We're going to go ahead and get that in before the Bahrain, or before the Spanish Grand Prix, I do believe, by the timeline that we did see. But you see now, boys, last season we were level with, you know, AlphaTauri. We were getting close to Ferrari, I think, was above us. Now it's McLaren who's the team above us, which is very surprising, because towards the end of last season, you know, Daniel Ricciardo, Lando Norris, they were on the podium pretty much every week. And here we go, boys. Nico Rosberg, 99 rated. He is 99 rated. We've got 96 experience, 99 racecraft, 99 awareness, and 98 pace on Nico Rosberg for the first Grand Prix of the season. Now, those boosts that you do get from the activities, like we saw the driver training camp thing, they're only temporary for 1 week, I do believe. But the ones that you get from the facilities, they last forever. Now, we're checking out, boys, the driver standings to see if anyone else has made transfers. And by the looks of the top 10 teams, it looks like nobody has made any transfers. But, boys, if you take a look there at the bottom of the screen, you can see we are looking at the bottom half 10 teams now, or 10 drivers, sorry. We have Nikita Mazepin in the Haas, but in the other Haas car, boys, Mick Schumacher has gone to Williams, and a familiar face is in that new Haas car, the second Haas seat. Dan Ticktum is back in Formula 1, boys. I cannot believe my eyes. Dan Ticktum is in the Haas. Mick Schumacher has gone to Williams, and Nicholas Latifi has gone to Alfa Romeo. Of course, Kimi Räikkönen has retired now, so, you know, that's freed up the seat at Alfa, which has sparked a little move at the bottom of the grid. Sadly, there's no movements at the top of the grid. Would have been fun to see, like, I don't know, Fernando Alonso in a Red Bull or something crazy like that, yeah. But speaking of Fernando Alonso in the Alpine, you saw at the start the Renault engine is meant to be the best engine that available this season, so maybe Alpine are going to shock the whole grid, being the only Renault engine team on the grid. I do believe they are. I don't think anyone else runs a Renault apart from Alpine, because obviously they are Renault themselves. But yeah, man, that is the start of season 2. We're obviously going to have the Bahrain race in the next episode. If you want to see that, get this video to 10 likes and I will upload it tomorrow, boys. So 10 likes and you'll get the episode tomorrow. If you have enjoyed it, please hit like on the video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you disappointed that we couldn't pick up the teammate that you suggested? You know, I mean, obviously we did try a lot of different teammates and we pretty much had no option but to settle for Carlos or Nico. And I went ahead and picked up Nico for the icon factor and the experience factor. You know, bringing on a previous world champion is a great move for the club. But yeah, I'm not playing FIFA yet. That'll be coming in a few weeks' time on the channel. But yeah, man, we obviously pick up that Ferrari power unit as well. We'll see in the next race if that was a good thing. And spoiler alert, I hate the Ferrari power unit, but you'll see why in the next video. I'll go into it more in the Bahrain GP. If you have enjoyed, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibes. I will catch us next time. Take it easy.